Back again we are, and it's time for another new YouTube series, and that new YouTube series is Superstar Recall. If you don't know what Superstar Recall is, this used to be a series I did on the website for 4 years before retiring it last year, and now I'm bringing it back. The difference is, instead of writing about it, I'm going to be talking about it. And with the fact that I have not been giving certain other Let's Plays the proper amount of attention, I'm choosing somebody that I actually had for a short period of time in the TNA Let's Play, and by a short period of time I do mean just one day, because there are some people that I signed to a one-day contract to face Mr. Anderson for the TNA Heritage Championship. Now, it doesn't matter which one of them it was, because for the first time, the Superstar Recall will go back and talk about a tag team. And the tag team that I'm going to be talking about is, or are, the cousins of Don West's favorite X Division superstar, the Amazing Red, and that is Jose and Joel, Los Maximos, or the Spanish announce team. Now, you may wonder why, of all the tag teams and all the people and all the possibilities, why would I choose Jose and Joel Maximo? Well, simple. They fit the mold. They fit the mold because they are two people that not many people remember. And also, Jose is actually retired from pro wrestling. He actually retired from pro wrestling in 2010 and left his brother Joel alone in the pro wrestling world. Well, for a short period of time, because Joel actually found a new partner in Will Ramirez. I actually wonder if that is actually their brother. Or Wilson Ramirez. Sorry, Will Maximo. And their names are actually Jose, or Julio Ramirez and Kelvin Ramirez. So they have the same last name as Wilson Ramirez, but are also, they are also the older of the two, or the older of the group. And from what I'm seeing, Los Maximos is still a group with Will and Joel Maximo, but the original group of Jose and Joel are the two that I'm talking about in this video. So, Jose and Joel were actually trained by Mikey Whipwreck, which is fitting, as both of the brothers are from Brooklyn, New York, and were very likely trained, well, actually, they were trained by both Mike Awesome and Mikey Whipwreck. And I can tell you that the Maximos did spend a little bit of time in the very local NYWC, and with the fact that I am from New York, I had to give that a cheap plug. But it's hard to believe how many people that Mikey Whipwreck actually had a hand in training, and two of them, I don't know if Mikey actually trained all three of them. I just know Mikey trained Jose and Joel. But either way, they also they would go on to compete in the Fighting World of Japan, of Japanese Pro Wrestling, or Japan Pro Wrestling, as 6.4, and would also go on with Amazing Red to face to compete in Combat Zone Wrestling, and also were among the first to be a part of the roster of Ring of Honor, and competed for the company in the company's early years, like they did for TNA. As the Spanish announce team. And they are actually among the only people that I can think of that actually competed on TNA's first show, and also competed on Ring of Honor's first show. And the coincidental thing is, they opened the show in TNA in a 6-man tag team match. Oh, wait, no, was that them? I don't remember. This is why I should have researched it a little bit before. Before jumping into it, but oh no, that wasn't them. I apologize. That was Jorge Estrada, Sonny Siaki, and Jimmy Wang Yang that I was thinking of. They actually, from what I'm seeing, did not compete on the first ever Impact Wrestling show. But they did compete on the first Ring of Honor show in the Ultimate Aerial Elimination match with special referee Mikey Whipwreck. And it was a 6-way elimination match. It was not a tag team match, so that means Joel, Jose, and the Amazing Red all went up against one another in the match. And actually fought each other, which is, in my opinion, the first time I actually remember Jose, Joel, and Red all being in the same ring at the same time. And though they never held gold in TNA or Ring of Honor, they did hold gold in top independent companies like ECWA, East Coast Wrestling Association, which is one of the longest running pro wrestling independent companies in the United States. And they also are former tag team champions for Jersey All Pro Wrestling, which is another long-running independent promotion. But the biggest championship win, I should say, probably came when they were able to secure a victory to become the now former WWC World Tag Team Champions. And I'm not basing it off legacy, I'm basing it off of notoriety, as more people, in my opinion, know World Wrestling Council than either Jersey All Pro or ECWA. So, and also, that's not saying, they're also the current Pro Wrestling Unplugged Tag Team Champions. That's Joel and Will are the current Tag Team Champions because Jose retired. From what I remember, Jose and Joel Maximo were actually pretty good in the ring, and gave us some highlights, especially in the first few years of NWA-TNA competing with their cousin, the Amazing Red, because I would wonder if Jose and Joel never entered the wrestling business, would we have actually had the pleasure of seeing the Amazing Red compete? So just by that fact, with the Maximos bringing us Amazing Red, I would say thank you to the Maximos for doing that. And also thank you to the Maximos for perfecting the Spanish Fly, which is the top rope rock bottom with a flip, aka Sin Cara's old move. But it saw both members of Los Maximos go up to the top rope and hit the flip bottom off the top rope onto the mat, with both men hitting the mat at the same time with one guy. That's it. It was basically a less complex version of Frankie Kazarian's flex capacitor before Frankie went to a simpler move and a safer move. But either way, there was a time when the Maximos were one of the top up and coming tag teams on the indies, and were basically one of the many reasons why we considered and still consider Ring of Honor one of the premier companies as far as tag team wrestling goes, because they were one of the first with CZW to give the Spanish announce team an opportunity. And I'm only saying that because Ring of Honor came in first before TNA. And also Ring of Honor still values tag team wrestling, unlike TNA. But that's just me. So, with that being said, I hope you learned something, at least something, about this, because about the Spanish announce team. Because that's the point of this series, it's not so much to talk about random people or put information that you're not going to remember or really don't care about into your minds. It's to basically tell you about wrestlers that you might have forgotten about, and put the spotlight back on those guys that may have had the spotlight taken off them a little too soon. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below, letting me know what you thought of the return of the Superstar Recall, But if you don't want to leave a comment, you can always leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. Till next time. Later.